23.
Hey, how we doing?
Hey guys, we back with another episode of Live TV where reality sucks. It's me, Ty, the original classic man, and my boy Calvin, the original really amazing Cal. What's going on, people? How was your week going? How was your week last week and your weekend?
Okay, you about to start rhyming there. You
know,
got some bars or something?
Trying,
you got bars.
I was just trying.
You got some bars there.
You know, trying to just, So, a lot. There was another shooting yesterday.
It was.
There was another shooting in a school yesterday.
Really? What school was
Yeah, this is like I didn't know it was 18 already this year. I haven't even heard of the 17.
Right.
I know the one. That was the one yesterday.
Okay.
High school student came to the school, started shooting. They got him. I haven't heard. I haven't watched the news today.
Where was this at? Was it local?
No, this was in Texas.
Okay.
I'm not. Sorry. Don't get me to start lying. I don't know where it was at. It was somewhere else. It wasn't in New York. I just know it was in somewhere else. Somebody watching might know where it was.
Okay.
But yeah, it was crazy. And they're trying to figure out why, of course they want to know why this kid did what he did, But I saw somebody posted something on Facebook this morning as I was going to work.
Okay.
What's up, Erica?
Michael, what's going on?
It said something to the point like, Reed, her name was, one of the girls that was killed her name was something Hart, Bailey Hart. And they wanted her to, Natasha, welcome in. They wanted her to everybody to look at her picture and say, I think we reposted it. I don't know if you saw it today.
I didn't see it. Tell me about it.
But it was like, reposted, like, look at her. This is what our guns are doing. This is what the government is letting these guns, being, this is why this is happening. Right. And the government needs to fix this. There's laws and all this. And I was like, I understand that. But sometimes, these are kids, And that, something is missing in these kids' lives so they want to go to school and shoot somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I know bullying and all those things happen in school. But we also, I feel like we need to blame the parents. Because to me, because they're not doing enough in their lives to make, they're not sitting down, they're not having dinners together. They go in their room, they close the door, they're on the computers, ain't nobody talking to nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now
And then it's all this internet, what do they call it? Internet bullying.
Right.
Cyberbullying, all these things, and nobody's talking to each other. So the next thing you know, they son went to school, or daughter went to school and then shot up somebody. And now
why do you think that's happening?
You know what I mean? Because we're not parenting.
Do you think, the new generation, which has us coming before us, coming after us, not before us, coming after us, I forgot what parenting is.
Yes.
As well. And why do you think that's happening?
Because,
why are we forgetting what, not we, but why
society forgetting about parenting is because they are giving them computers to play with,
right? And
rather than giving them activities to do.
Do you think computers are the new substitute nanny?
It is a new substitute nanny, but like I said, it's all about that.
We're not interacting with our children.
Rather than put them in front of a computer, how about put them in? They've been doing soccer since they were from 5 to 10.
Right.
Now when they turn 10, 11, 12, and 13, they become little teenagers. Now they don't want to do those things
That's
anymore.
Right. Erica, you're right. I agree. They text and email each other. And we're so caught up, on social interacting than human interaction. And that's where, we're lacking at. And, this is happening on a rapid pace. And when you look at that from that expression, what is it going to be 10 years from now? What is it going to be 20 years from now? Where, it's already happening where, a couple or children sit at the table and text one another, laugh out loud.
At a dinner table. Now you go out to dinner and you pay for food and you at the table.
And you at the texting one another. So we're caught up, on the latest likes, on the latest gadgets, on the latest posts. Then we forgot to be, human and and interact with one another. So we're dehumanizing ourselves.
And we don't even know life. Half people don't even care about your life. You know what I mean? They only care because you posted up there. But how many of the people actually really call you to see how you're doing?
Exactly.
Or text you out and then to see how you're doing. You know what I mean? Don't, let the other stuff go. Pick out the people that text you, see how you're doing. You know what I mean? Which is how many of us send emails instead of walking over.
Exactly.
Which is true.
That's very true.
And in the corporate world, that's what they ready shoot us ready faster than an email. When you sit right next to the person rather than look over and say, hey.
There's a reason for that. I got to speak on that.
Okay.
There's a reason for why, we send emails, in the corporate world. We want to create that paper trail. Because if I told you, you say you didn't get, I don't remember you saying that.
Okay.
So, If I send an email, it's copied and it's paper trail so that, you know what I'm saying, you
Whoa,
will
whoa,
get
okay,
it.
okay. So I think so we're talking about, I think for this level of emails and texting, I think
Right.
it's more.
But
of
you mentioned corporate.
Well, right, but the corporate role, I think, is different.
It's definitely different.
Way different than
It's totally different.
It's way different than your normal interaction with people. As I was saying before, you know, they give them computers, because back when they were from 5 to 10,
Right.
they were doing sports. You know, they was in after school programs,
Right.
they were doing basketball, this and that. And then after 10, 11, 12, and 13, they realized they wanted
Yes
to be
and no.
teenagers.
What do you mean by that, Erica?
They want to be they want them to be teenagers, and it's like, and when they become teenagers, they're like, oh, well, mom and dad, I don't want to do it anymore. Well, what are you gonna do? Sit in your room, play video games, look at your thing all, and play.
We used to go outside
you know
and
what I mean?
play.
You go outside and play.
We used to go outside and play stoop ball. You know,
You do something.
We played tag, we played freeze tag, we played all these type of things because we was interacting with one another. Now we have lost, you know what I'm saying, of interacting, you know what I'm saying, as human beings with one another. And we are dehumanizing ourselves day by day, but we don't see it because everything, we want to know about the latest text, the latest post, the latest gadget. But you know what I'm saying, meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, we fall by the wayside, not speaking to you and I each and every day. And we're coming, you know what I'm saying, we're becoming modern day robots, and we don't even know that. Yes, it needs to be written, but we can do both.
So she was saying in the corporate
Yes.
role, yes, it needs to be written, but
Yes,
you can do both. And I think I don't want to touch on, I think what she means is like, if it's, so say you give the verbal, like, hey,
Yes.
this is what I need to do, but then you also say, I'm also going to shoot you an email after this conversation.
I agree with
to let
that.
You know,
Yes.
that, you know what I mean? That's probably,
Yes, I
but
agree with
also,
that.
too,
I'm going to say it, then I'm going to say, from our previous conversation, as we talked about, them saying this needs to happen and this will happen. You're 100% right. I
Yes,
agree with that. If
yes,
that's what you meant,
yes,
I agree with that, because
yes.
we do that every day. You know what I'm saying? From our previous conversation, this needs to, you know what I'm saying, this is what needs to happen.
Yes.
Exactly. I talk to you, and this needs to happen. I agree with that.
Yeah.
This is a follow-up email. I agree with you 100%. You're absolutely right, Eric. I agree with that 100%.
So yeah, and I think, you know, we need to start going back to having dinners together. You know what I mean? You need to
Right.
get home at 6 o'clock. We're gonna have dinner, and if you're not home at 6 o'clock at dinner, you're punished. That's it.
That's a
I
big
mean,
word.
if you can't,
That's a big word.
not say we're not punished, but you know what I mean. Something has to be taken away.
I don't
Because
think nothing has to be taken away. I think we need to retrain, you know what I'm saying, our children, you know what I'm saying, to actually come home and have dinner. Because you want to, you know what I'm saying, invoke something on them, something that hasn't been done in years. You might not have done it, you know what I'm saying, in a year or 2 years. Now, all of a sudden, since you say come home at 6 o'clock to have dinner, and you know what I'm saying, most people don't eat dinner till 7 o'clock when we get off of work. Since you said come home at 7 or 7:30 to have dinner, we have to retrain them and get them on the right track and the right speed for all of them to come in one accord to, you know what I'm saying, to act as in one harmony. Because it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time to build. A habit performs after 15 times you're doing it.
True that. I understand that.
Kids are going, what?
Kids are
giving
get iPad.
No, what's the last word?
Kinder.
Kinder? Tinder? What are you writing?
iPad Kinder.
I hope you ain't
Erica,
writing Tinder.
what does that say? Kids are giving
it better
iPad
not-
Kinder? She
It
typing
better not be
fast.
Tinder. Kids ain't going on no Tinder.
Typing fast. Go ahead on, Erica. Tell us. Tell us
Erica,
that.
kids better be going on no Tinder.
But yeah, because
Mickey, how we doing, Mickey?
because I even watched these kindergarten. Oh, kids are giving iPad in kindergarten, which is true. I think
Kindergarten, okay.
kids
Okay.
are giving them
That's
in
right.
kindergarten. I'm like, what am I trying to?
Kids are giving out iPads in kindergarten. Is that a bad thing? No.
Yeah.
No, it's not a bad thing.
If they're learning on it,
Yes,
but not playing
because
no games on it.
It's like this, you know what I'm saying? This is because the devices, you know what I'm saying, is given to you. It's up to what you do to the device.
No, it's up to what your parents
It's what-
allow you to do on the device.
No, I'm saying, it's called a guardian allows you to do on the
Yeah.
device. The guardian is at school. So it's up to what we're doing is that you can develop motor skills, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying, on a device.
Yes.
You can develop so many skills, you know what I'm saying, to make your child more advanced. And you also could do things, you know what I'm saying, to make your child disadvantaged. Because the iPad, you know what I'm saying, what they have on it right now, they said it has been good, you know what I'm saying, for children that have been autistic.
Yes.
The children, you know what I'm saying, that are suffering from epilepsies. So it's so many things
Yeah, but
that's
that's-
great. on the iPad.
Yeah, but
and then you can also do things that's not great on the iPad.
Right, but that's also, but I mean, yeah, people with autism, things like that, yeah, that's great for them. But I'm talking about kids like normal kids
What's
that
normal kids?
kids that don't need to be on no iPad
Why
every
they don't
5
need to be-
seconds.
No, I mean, somebody every 5 seconds. We talking about children,
No,
kids on kindergarten.
We also, but kids in kindergarten, that's what their parents give them when they want them to be quiet and sit down somewhere.
Yes,
to give
that's
them
what
an
some
iPad.
parents give them.
Yeah,
You're right, and you're right
Yeah,
on
but
that
it's like-
part.
it's like,
but I don't
no.
want to group everybody on that.
society.
I don't want to
'Cause
group society
I'm,
on that.
I'm talking because I see them. We see society
I
every
see
day
people
when you
that
walk around.
I
in
see
the
people
city-
that's in
city.
society use an iPad. You know what I'm saying?
As a bargaining tool.
Yeah, as a bargaining tool or as a nanny. As a
Yes,
nanny.
yeah.
And I also see kids on the iPad that's learning from it. It's like social media.
Yeah, but what happened to just like I told you to stay in there and be quiet? What happened to you just standing there being quiet?
Because that's different now. Stand there and be quiet. So you want them to sit there and then be quiet?
That's
like
what
this?
we had to do.
You want to say,
Well, we got popped in the mouth.
oh, wait a minute. Come
I'm
on
just
now.
saying.
Oh, come on
I'm just saying.
Oh, come on now. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't put new wine in old wine skins.
No, but this
Come
okay.
on, man.
So what I've learned is with kids these days, you know what I mean. In order to get their attention, you have to get down to their level. You know what I mean?
You should become
No,
a
but I'm-
kinsman
no.
with your children.
You should, but most people, you know what I mean? Most people stand over their kid and talk to them rather than kneel down to their knee and have eye contact with them and talk
Okay,
to
I
them.
understand where you're
because
going.
kids understand that better than you standing over them,
I
talking
agree with
down
that.
on them. You know
I
what
agree
mean?
with that. I can
So that's
understand
what-
where you're coming from.
So that's what I mean. I mean, when I say interaction, I mean a full interaction.
I agree with that. I
Because
agree
my
with
nieces
that.
and nephews, when
You're
I used
right.
to have them,
You
that's
go
what I
for
used to do to them. I used to say, hey, you know what I mean? When they did something bad, I say, hey, don't do that. And then they'll do it again. Like,
Let me
hey,
ask you a question,
let me get
though.
down on my knee. Let me say, I just asked you nicely not to do that. Now
Can I
you
ask
know
you a
what
question,
comes
though?
after that, right?
Can I stand over you saying, you know, son, you did a great job. I appreciate you. And
Oh,
I love
totally,
you.
totally.
I'm still standing over you. So I guess is what you say?
No.
Tell me. I'm asking.
No, same thing. You should get down. If you're going to say that, you need to get on your knees and say that.
I
When they're
should,
eye to eye.
it shouldn't be over you, but like, you
No.
know what, I appreciate you.
Not
and
over
you're doing a
kids,
good
not over
job.
kids, because kids have that effect. You know what I mean? That effect of somebody bigger than them.
And that
rather
goes
than-
for all kids?
Not all kids, but
Okay.
majority, because
Okay.
it's more of a power, not a power thing, but it's more that it's making them feel smaller. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because kids' feelings can be hurt easily.
I think so.
Rather than, you know, if they were maybe 10 or 11 and you standing over there talking to them, you know what I
Okay.
mean? But
You know what I'm
a
saying?
5-year-old or
It's kind of
3-year-old to look at you.
it's kind of in the air.
So you kind of gotta use the situation the way.
I think it
how-
depends on the situation.
Yes.
I think it depends
Yes.
on the situation.
Yes. It depends on the situation.
I think you're right to a certain degree, and
Yes.
and I'm right to a certain you. I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah, totally.
Depends on,
I agree with
what
you.
we going on.
Yeah.
I could go with that.
Yeah.
Erica, what's going on?
Because kids,
Love
I mean,
how you feel?
Because I watch, you know, because I'm out in this world and I'm watching these kids. You know what I mean? I've seen kids like out just running and then running to you and not even say excuse me or sorry. And I'm like, you know, but it's not even the kid's fault; it's the parents' fault because the parent haven't taught them. And
Right.
what I'm learning is they learn from the parents. So if
I
the
think
kids
some certain. You know what? My cousin told me this. My cousin told me this, and I will agree with her. I think every situation is different. She said, "Listen, I didn't teach my child that, but why are they doing it? They didn't get raised like this. I know you've heard this before. I don't want to discredit all parents and say the parent, you know what I'm saying, didn't do this and the parent didn't do this. But what happens when the parent pours everything they have into the child and the child still comes up and, you know what I'm saying, and diverts into something else? Is that still the parent's fault?
It's not the parents' fault, but you can say they missed it somewhere. We don't
Because you could give your child everything, and it happens in today's society that children.
But when you say
turn
give
out,
them everything, what do you mean by give them
I'm
everything?
talking about time.
Time.
I'm not talking about money.
No, you're
Forget
talking
money.
about time.
I'm not talking about tangibility.
Yeah, no,
I'm talking about time. I'm talking about interaction, because that's what parenting looks like in my behalf.
Yes,
I think
totally.
parenting looks like it's a difference between a parent and an active parent. I think the active parent is there. I think an active parent, you know what I'm saying, spends time with the child, mentors the child, you know what I'm saying, and helps the child to develop and grow as well. Not just what they can give you, but what, you know, tangibly, but what they can place inside you, seeds and make it, you know what I'm saying, become, you know what I'm saying,
Make it
grow.
grow, yeah.
And that's how I kind of look at it. You know what I'm saying? Each and every day. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's a
You could
good
do
point.
all that to the child, and the child still grows, you know what I'm saying? And that grows. Still, you know what I'm saying, goes off, you know what I'm saying, and does something that you wouldn't disapprove of. But you know the good thing about that, and the great thing about that, that same knowledge and that same information that you have planted, you know what I'm saying, at times it will lure that I've done, you know what I'm saying, with the child. So I believe this because I believe you plant seeds in the child, you might not see it grow when you think it needs to grow, but you know what I'm saying, it definitely will, you know what I'm saying, you definitely will start seeing sprouts and it will become an offspring. I definitely agree with that. That's how I look at it.
No.
Because sometimes we bash parents sometimes.
No, totally.
You know, we bash back, or the parent didn't do this, and the parent didn't do that, and the parent did that, and the parent be like, but I did everything I could. And the thing is, we try to make them feel guilty.
But sometimes I want to know, what is everything you could? Because you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think I'm not going to ask the parents' resume.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes everybody knows. Everybody knows. Saying everybody takes their own path.
But I also think that kids, you know, nowadays, at least the last 10 years, they need to be told the truth. You know what I mean? They need to be talked to truthfully rather than.
But what is the truth?
No, what I'm saying is, okay, well, you know what I mean? I'm still seeing that, you know what I mean? I'm seeing that bribery all the time. Like, this bribery bull crap.
Right.
I mean, this is why they're running around the store acting like crazy. You want to bribe them with something. You know what I mean? Why can't they just listen to you?
Okay.
You know what I mean? What is the problem with your kid listening to you?
Fortunately for me, I didn't have that.
Me either.
I didn't have that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that, you know what I'm saying, the child, my son or my daughter do that, like run around and throw tantrums and stuff like that. I didn't have that.
Because you instilled in them from between 1 and 3.
Right,
you know
but
I
I don't know when I instilled it to them all the time. I could just give them a look, like my father would give me a look, or my parents would give me a look like, listen, stop doing that. Like, I knew what the look meant, as well, without them laying a hand on me. So, you know what I'm saying, I instilled that into them. But the same thing is, as they grow older, as they mature, you know what I'm saying, I don't say that, as they grow, you know what I'm saying, they want to experience different things that you might not have placed them into them. You got to remember, you know what I'm saying, you go off to work, and they have to deal with society for another 10 to 12 hours. And we want to say, they were like, well, you know, I instilled all this. I hear you instilled all this, but like anything else, like you was growing up, did you do anything wrong? Did you say anything wrong?
Well, you know what I always say is, you can still, you said it perfectly, you can still everything you want to a kid, but when they go out into the world, it's up to them.
It's a totally different.
You know,
it's a totally different
issue. It's up to them whether they want to participate. Are we going to
Let's talk about big people.
You know what I'm saying is, are you going to follow your parents, what they taught you, that they, you know, or you're going to go off and do your own? You know what I mean? Because it's I guess, because I don't want to use the word right or wrong, because there's no right and wrong either. But I mean, do you want to do what right? You want to do what was instilled in you, or you want to do what's not instilled in you?
But let's look at this. Let's lose it as we as you know what I'm saying, adults. At the end of the day, that's like experience versus knowledge. You have given them all the knowledge, your children all the knowledge, but when they get out there, they experience a whole new different thing. Children got a whole different way of growing up.
But sometimes
the way we do it.
But sometimes they have to change the way you react. You
but children have a whole the way we grew up. Children have a whole. They didn't face what we faced.
Right.
They didn't face cyberbullying. They didn't have computers. You know what I'm saying? Pocket computers are phones.
Yeah.
Then they have pocket computers, which are phones, which, you know what I'm saying, most likes, most posts, Instagram, Facebook, and all these other social media. Children understand words far as, I didn't even understand what it means. What is that? Snatch. You know what I'm saying? That girl looks snatch, or your chain is snatch, or turned up. You know what I'm saying? Or flee as well. And I still don't understand how they understand that more than, what was the word I was going to use? More than I'm saying progression, more than love,
more than your history,
more than understand. They don't. Because this new generation understand more of urban language than they understand proper language.
But also think too is up to the parent. The parent protects them and let them experience
nothing
either.
With that.
No, but I don't think the parents let them experience much either.
That's the
because I see
they experience too much. What's going to happen in another 20 years?
No, when
all this urban language has came out.
When I'm saying experience, and I mean like, you know what I mean.
James, what's going on, champion? Steve, what's up?
Go out and let them be told no. You know what I mean?
They're being told no.
No, but some of them are not, because their parents told them yes all their life, and now they're going to
the world, and they're telling them, and they're
trying to tell them no, but no, you know.
World gonna tell you no.
Yeah, but you know who my mother and father is? You can't tell me no. You know how many times I've heard that?
Okay.
Like, dude, I'm like, are you kidding me? You gotta know who you're talking to. Like, what?
And you know what? And that's what I was going to talk about today.
These people talking about who you.
That's what I was going to talk about. What you're saying is, you know what it boils down to, and it's so funny we're touching on this. It's a state of mind. What is our state of mind, and how do we think as well? Because it's the way we think, you know what I'm saying, is why we react certain ways. It's our state of being as well. And it goes so far. And that's why I was thinking about that today. State of mind.
State of mind is a big thing, because I was, you know.
Touch on it. Talk
today
to me.
I was like about to go out there and argue with somebody about something they did, but they was doing wrong.
Go ahead.
But then I was like,
oh, you better touch on something now.
But then I was like, you know, The old me would have went out there and said something and then got into an argument with this person and then been a 5-minute argument and then they still would have been where they were at. The new me is like, you know what? The new tell is like, you know what? I don't have time to be out there arguing. I don't need to spend my energy and time doing this with you.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I can spend my time doing something else with somebody else on as a guest or just, whatever. But I can just stand here, keep smiling on my face, and don't even worry about it. You're going to be gone in my life in 10 seconds. I might never see you again. You know what I mean? So let it be.
All right, Steve-O, we appreciate you. And what I was looking at about the state of mind, and I was thinking about some people don't want to forgive. Some people, you know what I'm saying, are scared to love again. Because, you know what I'm saying, of certain situations that happen in their life. And what I mean by that, when they say, people are scared to forgive, like, I don't see how you could talk to her again. I don't see, because at the end of the day,
you know
what I'm saying? It's so much like, wait a minute, I'm gonna keep moving on. That don't mean I associate with you and hang out with you, but I'm gonna say good morning to you, hello, how you doing, and stuff like that. But we're so entrapped into our thoughts, and we're taught in this state of mind, like, I don't need nobody, I could do good, you know what I'm saying, I could do good by myself, I could do bad by myself, I don't need nobody, I'm self-efficient, and we say all these type of words and think they're empowering, and it's really not empowering, it's really deteriorating you, but it's really deteriorating yourself, you know what I'm saying, because you could do bad by yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're such a strong woman, and I touched on this, I said this, you know what I'm saying, I was saying this to somebody, I said, how can and I said this to a lady, and this goes to all the women out there. I said, how can a good man be good to a good man? Because if you want to do my job as well, how can I be a good man to a good man? And that's what I was saying, because you don't need the door open for you, you don't need me to pay for dinner, you don't need everything, because everything, you are so self-efficient, you are so self-equipped, you don't need nobody, so nobody can get close to you, and nobody can touch you and massage you. I'm talking about your thoughts, not your body, as well, that you're just so self-efficient. So what do you know? So how can a good man be good to a good man?
I think I sent you that video.
Good man, be good man?
Nah, they had some guys sitting around and talking about how the same thing you're just saying.
Okay.
They were talking about the same thing. Like how can they be good if you looking for something that they're not gonna be? You know what I mean? So why don't you see what their good qualities are and go for those rather than just drag them down for the bad?
And this is what I said. And you're 100%
because ain't nobody gonna be perfect. And if you look for perfect, you're gonna be lonely for a long time.
And I agree with that. Some people say, you know what? People miss love because they're looking for it, and that's
look
very
for something
popular.
that's not even love.
You miss something because you're looking for it. I posted something and it became an uproar, and some people that, but not with me. Some people over, and it was a man that said this. He was using a scripture from the Bible, but if you just transfer it to modern day, to how we understand it, he said,
Yes.
who he finds a wife finds a good thing, not he who finds a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Finds a wife. Some people have girlfriend mentalities but want husbands. Some people have, you know what I'm saying? They want the man. They want the man to do this. One person posted this. He said, "Well, men don't want this anyway. They just want a girlfriend. They just want to come and go." Well, that says something about you. And forget what they want. What do you want as a woman? Do you want somebody to nurture you? Do you want somebody to care for you? Do you want somebody to love you? Do you want somebody to experience happiness with? Not somebody that's, going to be, a wham bam thank you ma'am, or somebody that's going to be there for you and you be there for them. Because sometimes we as men or women, we exhaust one another as well, because we don't deposit things into them. And we, when we exhaust one another as well, we we like, damn, it's like putting money into the bank, and it's not taking money out the bank and never putting enough in there. And then when it goes dry, we wonder what happened, because we have to be able to nurture one another. And that's what happens. It's our mindset, because we want to be so self-efficient. And as well, we got to understand, we wasn't put on this earth just to be lonely. We wasn't put on this earth just to go on our way. We was put on this earth to interact with one another as well. And we don't interact with one another. We interact with the computer more than the humans. And then we wonder why things happen to us as well as that. That's how I see it, man.
Word up.
I learn how to love people, whether it's family, whether it's friends. I love people from a distance, because everybody can't go, and everybody, can't be in my same circle with me. That don't mean I don't love you. That don't mean I don't have compassion for you and I don't speak to you. But at the end of the day, some things you say, if you say negative like this, I can't believe, how this church is acting. I can't believe how she's acting. Why did they do that? The same reason why you did it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand.
Because you're here, so you're part of the problem.
My goodness.
That was my thought today. It was my thought of the day.
Mindset masters. I agree.
My thought of the day was, if you're a complainer and ain't doing nothing, then you're part of the problem. That was my thought of the day today. I mean, that's the thing. People complain about this stuff, or you know what I mean, but ain't nobody doing nothing. Like, you know what I mean, from now on, I'm like, instead of complaining, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna do something about
That's
it.
right. Change
you know what I mean?
the way you think.
Change the way you think. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way this works. You know what I mean? And this is all about your personal life. You know what I mean? You gotta, you know, because if you say you want a husband or a girlfriend, you want a wife, you know what I mean? You have to start doing things to create that possibility. You know what I mean? Because if you expect them to walk into your life and just adjust to you, then you got another problem.
That's
you know what I mean?
great.
And that's the thing. You know what I mean? You
That's
think you're
great,
gonna
Tom.
have, you want everything, and then you ain't willing to do nothing.
Exactly.
Like, no, because all the things that you want, the other person want too. So you got to figure out what you're willing to give too. Because everybody's talking about, oh, I want a good this, I want a good that. But what are you willing to give to get that good?
Exactly.
Because most of y'all ain't willing to give nothing. Oh, he ain't doing that, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. But what the hell are you doing to make him want to do that?
I agree.
You know what I mean? Or what are you doing to make her want to do that? You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. It's like, oh, well, what does he do for this? Oh, he don't do nothing. Well, what do you give him? What kind of things are you actually doing for him to make him want to do that? Because then a lot of times, it ain't about the person doing it. It's about what are you giving to have them do it? Because a lot of times it's inside of them. It's just about, okay, well,
Now you're
if I come home today and she cook dinner tonight, you know what? On Friday, I bring her home flowers. I'm gonna bring her home chocolate. I'm gonna bring her home a gift. Or I'm gonna do this next. We'll go out to dinner, whatever. You know, or we're gonna do this. It's all about what you're willing to give to get. You know what I mean? And that's all it. Because I've seen I see people walking around that's in love with each other. You know what I mean? There's a give and take. You know what I mean? And even my guests, you know, that come over here, you know, and work for 8 days or 5 days, and they'll go on Fifth Avenue and buy their wife something. You know, I've been with 5 days. I need to go home with something. I need to make her feel good. You know what I mean? Buy me with 5 because I've been for 5 days. She's been home lonely for 5 days. You know what I mean? And she's probably been thinking about me. You know what I mean? She's probably been waiting for me to get home. You know what I mean? So let me do something extra for her when she see my face. At least she'll have a bigger smile.
That's
on
right.
her face.
Partnership.
You know what I mean? It's
You're
about
right,
a partnership, Stephen. Thank you.
It's partnership.
But yeah,
but we forgot that.
We
forgot partnership. And you know what I'm saying? I'm an advocate for, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I'm an advocate for stinking thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest about that. You know,
I love when you use that.
I'm an advocate for stinking thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Not now, but back then I always thought the worst. I'm like, well, this ain't gonna happen because this. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I speak on these things so much, because this used to be me at the end of the day. But you have to change. If you want new things to come into your life, if you want new experiences to come into your life, if you want new pleasures, you have to change what you're thinking as well. You have to change it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, laugh about stinking thinking. That's what I'm telling you. I'm an advocate. So I know when people are like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna do this because she don't do it. You know what? I found out, you know what I'm saying, on this journey, and while I'm on this journey, you know what I'm saying, I found that if you change what you think, then you'll change what you do.
You'll change the environment around you too.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen so many, you know what I'm saying, sometimes we just need to shut up.
Because one day they gotta wake up and be like, hey, this motherfucker is doing all this stuff. I gotta need to do something too.
Sure,
you know what I mean? And if they don't wake up, then it's time for you to go. Because there's somebody that's gonna appreciate those things. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like you said, Stephen, partnership. You know what I mean? And you gotta feel, person need to be able to look in your eyes and feel safe and feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what it's all about. But if you're not willing to go through the work to get to comfortable, then you're not really worth it. You're not really worth it. Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's just the thing. It's like, oh.
Because sometimes we don't want to change. And you know, we have this mindset, you know what? No, I'm being real. How is that being real?
Or even have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? Rather than say, oh, he not doing, well,
let's
talk about it. All right, well, you ain't doing this. Okay, well, let me see if I can do better.
You know what?
I mean? That's it.
And I have to give credit to Shamika. I've said something, and you know, it feels good when somebody reacts or moves on what you just said. And I'm like, man, I've seen a 360, I'm about to say 24/7, a 360 degree change in this woman. It is possible to find a new woman in the old woman.
Oh, yeah.
It is so possible.
It sure is.
And you know what I'm saying? And I'm learning that day by day. Like I said, I didn't plan for this.
But you put in the work.
You know what I'm saying?
You put in the work.
Man,
and that was the thing. You had to put in the work. Because it didn't come yesterday or today. You know what I mean? You put in the work.
Man, it came 19 years later.
It did, but you put the work in. 19 years you put the work in.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. You put the work. And people put the work in. When you put the work in, everything is abundant.
And you know, it makes me, I'm so compliant of whatever she wants. because she's not asking me nothing out the ordinary. At the end of the day, what can I do to make your life easier? How can I be an assistant as well? And that's the same thing back and forth. It's like we assist one. Let me say it this way: we complement one another. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that has never happened, but now it is happening in the last, you know what I'm saying, 2 to 3 months. Jesus Christ!
As we talk about this, because I see a lot of, I have a lot of businessmen who come to my hotel.
Plant the seed. You're right. I agree with you, Steve-O.
And they're CEOs and VPs of companies, and you know what I mean.
Right.
They have to be at work, you know, this and doing that, and then I get to meet the women behind these men. You know what I mean? Because as I always say, there's always a strong woman behind every strong man. You know what I mean? But you can see how they make sure their mornings is immaculate. Like there's no arguments. You know what I mean? They have everything planned, and there's a cycle. You know what I mean? And they do it so it's so perfectly. You know what I mean? Like because he can't go to work stressed. He can't go to work with problems. You know what I mean? And we'll talk about that when he get home from work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that we can work on those at night, and then he can go start a new fresh day the next day. You know what I mean? And that's
amazing.
That's
great.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm like this when you can get that, then you got it. You know what I mean? Because that's what it takes.
That's worth more than gold.
What?
That's worth more than money. That's worth much more than a bigger career.
Priceless.
Because
Priceless.
you know what? If you don't have that, you will lose everything you have that's tangible. You know, but if you have that, if you know what I'm saying, in the mind state of financially broke, you will gain everything that's tangible by having somebody to encourage you, by having somebody to push you, having somebody to love you, and somebody to care for you. Come on,
because you know how many
who
times,
don't want that?
But you know how many
people
times
are billionaires want that.
You know how many times I see you see how many times I see like the husband and wife going out for dinner at night, and I see the husband sitting downstairs in the lobby waiting for the wife, right? And the fact is, he's not upstairs tiptoeing around the room like, honey, come on, we gotta go. You know what I mean? He knows that she's gonna be take an extra 15, 20 minutes to get rest. So let me just come downstairs and get out her way and not be up in her face. And I can come ahead and do something, go have a drink or something, rather than be in her face and then wait for her to come down, because she's gonna come down eventually.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And she knows we gotta
And
be
I had to
somewhere.
learn that too. It's little things like that I had to learn.
You gotta learn, but.
And you know what? I hate to say it's not even little things. Because I don't want to put I don't want to, decapsulize it and say it's little things. But it's things like that I had to learn. Because you know what I'm saying?
The bigger picture is way bigger.
It definitely
you know what I mean? The dinner is the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Her steps at 15, 20 minutes like the bigger picture.
It's not.
You know what I mean? So
why we get aggravated for that?
Because you know we got, as my friend like to say, stop fighting battles and fight the wars. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do, because it's a battle. This is a battle you can win or lose. You know what I mean? You can. Sometimes you need to lose a battle.
That's right. Sometimes you need to surrender.
Fight the war, though.
You need to surrender. You need to
surrender
surrender to win the war, as well. And that sometimes we look at it, we ask people, well, I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they did this, and what we said. And these people are like this. No, what about you?
What about you?
What about you? How do you act?
What do you act?
Because you act a certain way, and then as soon as somebody react, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand now. I thought these were good people. I thought this was that.
Right.
Well, they thought you was a good person too.
Evidently.
But you don't understand that when somebody counteracts on what you do, and somebody attacks on what you do, and then you get upset and all bent out of shape because you don't expect, you know what I'm saying, people, you know what I'm saying, to react what you do, because you have been too much being in control. And at the end of the day, sometimes all you need to do is be sustained instead of being in control, because you can't know everything. And you can't be in control of everything. But I understand society teaches us to be in control of everything. I understand we have peer pressure that wants us to be in control, but it's impossible. You can't. You're not even in control of your own life, even though you think you are. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. You're really not. You want to be, but you're really not. You can only do so much and go so far until, you know what I'm saying, you cannot know no more. And that's it. You
cannot know no
you
more.
don't.
Hey, now.
I understand what you might believe, but you're just lying to yourself. That was a shot. That was a shot. Did you catch that?
But yeah.
Don't laugh at me. You're laughing like this.
But yeah, I mean, I think, it comes from within, and we need to start looking within. Because I also believe that when you start saying, oh, I can't believe that person does that, or they're doing this, or you start projecting, and you got to start looking within. Because if you don't like what they're doing, that means when you're around them, you're affiliating yourself with them, that means some part of you is doing the same thing. I mean, so you got to now look inside and see what's up with you, that you hang out with people like that. Because somebody said, the quote I posted on the quote the other day, one of my friends on my Facebook, one of my guests, it's called Harry's Met, and he posts all these sayings every day. And I think the one said, only people that like drama is attracted to drama, because you have to have something else.
I don't like no drama, though.
No, but it was something to the point of
I do understand
only time people are around drama is if you create the drama that's around you, and if you don't want to be around it, you don't have to be around it. You know what
Exactly. That's how I feel.
That's basically how it goes.
No problem.
You know what I mean?
That's how I totally feel.
But yeah.
I totally feel that way.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? And I have distanced myself, you know what I'm saying, even from family members and stuff like that, because you got too much going on in your life. And the thing about it, you're not aware of it. And I don't want to be a part of your show.
But you're talking about everybody else.
Exactly.
But you're actually talking about everybody else in their life, but you ain't fixing nothing in yours.
And then we cry to God, like, oh my God, why? I be looking at them like this, like, oh my God, why? I be like, my God. You know what I'm saying? I be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be a part of the show as well. You can have your own show. I just don't want to be invited.
Yeah.
I don't want to be invited.
Don't invite me to it.
You know, you got too much going on in life as well. And that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? I love them. I care for them at the end of the day. We just move in different ways and different angles. And, God bless you.
It's funny you say with people that want to know everything. You know what I mean? And I find myself, I interact with people like that. And it's always off-putting. You know what I mean?
Off-putting?
Yeah, it's off-putting because they're not...
P-U-D-D-I-N-G?
P-U-T-T-I-N-G.
Oh, pudding.
Pudding.
Oh, damn, you want some chocolate pudding?
Because
Bill Cosby?
it makes you not want to converse with that person anymore. You know what I mean? Or
It
even
does.
try to learn or even try to listen to what they have
I agree
to say.
with you 100%.
Because it's just like, well, God, D, can my knowledge be right sometimes too?
Can I have an opinion?
No. Like, can my fact actually be right? You know what I mean? I got a fact right in front of me, and it's written right here, and you telling me no. Like, can't that be right? I mean, really? So you're gonna dismiss my whole fact and just say no, it ain't right, and this is right? Okay.
That's how I feel. That's how incompetent.
You won.
I'll be like, okay.
And it's like, you know what? Because sometimes you don't always have to be right. You don't always have to be the one that knows everything. You know what I mean?
But that's what we're taught to do, though.
Because nobody...
We're taught to do that.
The thing?
You know what we're taught to do? Say that we're taught to win.
We're taught to win. And nobody,
So if we win, we always want to be right.
Yeah, but you can't win
But
every
you can't,
day.
but no,
You can't win every day.
because you know what? That don't sound right, Ty. It don't sound right. I'm agreeing with you. Can't. It don't sound right. Well, I'm not winning today. Who you know post that on any song? I'm not winning today. But at the end of the day, even when it looks like you're not winning, you're learning as well. So that's still a win. So why do you know what I'm saying? We have to know what I'm saying. We're so bombarded by society, words, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? I'm not winning today. Yes, you are. But you're looking at it that you have to be right. If you have to be right all the time, then you can't receive knowledge. Because you already know the knowledge and you're already right before you have an answer for a question that people didn't even ask.
And it's so unattractive. People will shut down in a minute.
Yeah.
And
I
you
agree
have
with you,
no
Steve-O.
idea why they shut down. They shut down in a minute. They shut down, and people you talk to that do that. I mean, I've seen it happen, and it's even in the small interaction when you're controlling more of the conversation, people shut down.
I do,
and people and I don't think people.
I've learned. I do it on purpose.
But I know that I don't think people really understand or see that. You know what I mean? They just think, oh, they're just walking away, or they're just in the conversation, or they're done talking. No, they just got sick of hearing your ass talk.
Exactly, and that's
I
what
mean,
nobody wants to hear you keep talking all the day about some BS. You know, and it's not empowering, it's not uplifting.
And
because
that's
if it was
why-
uplifting, you would have brought us into unity instead of having the eye disease. And what I mean by that, everything is
That's what I was about to hit on.
Everything is Instead of unity, everything is you. Like, wait a minute, everything is you.
And that's when. And once I hit I within like 2 minutes and 5 times in 2 minutes,
You're like,
I'm
dang.
done. I'm done.
It's crazy.
I'm out of here.
I feel you.
Peace out. We had a great. It was nice talking
Peace
to
out.
you.
Grand
I
Poobah.
gotta go take his side because people. I mean, it's just not fun. It's not fun hearing.
There's no I in team.
There's
You're
no I in
100%
team,
right.
but there's no fun in hearing yourself just talk. You know what I mean? Like there's no fun.
It's no fun. It's
It's
like,
no
wow.
fun.
And it's sad. It's sad, you know what I'm saying? But who do you blame now? Let's go back to that. Do you blame the parents?
No, I mean, as an adult, you blame yourself.
Okay.
Because now as
Now
an
you're
adult,
talking.
because after 18, 21, you got to start thinking and learning for yourself.
Let me ask you a question. Is there a certain age, you know what I'm saying, that we put on it that...
I think 18,
I don't
because
know.
I just say 18, because after 18, you graduated high school, you're now an adult. You know what I mean? 20. They say 21-year-old. I say 18.
Okay.
Because if you can go out and get a job and work and take care of your own bills and pay your own rent, all that, you grown.
Some people
You
doing
mean?
that at 16.
They do. But I'm saying the legal age is 18.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now if you go to the courthouse and all that stuff, you can do 16. But I'm just talking about the real world. We say 18.
I hear you.
Society says 18.
Okay.
Now 16-year-olds been doing this stuff for a long time.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. Society, when you have parents involved, it's 18 because they gotta go to college and they still gotta come home. You know what I mean? So it's, let's say 8. Let's say
Okay.
if they're not going to college, then it's 18. If they're going to college, then it's 24, 22. Because
Alright.
their parents help them out through this. Get to
I
college.
put it like this. I don't know when your win is.
Your win is when you think you won. You know what I mean? I think I won.
You think you won?
I'm a winner. I think I'm a winner.
Okay. So
Now-
you want being a winner.
Now tomorrow, I may go do something spectacular, and yes, I'll be winning tomorrow. But I'm just
So
saying.
you do something spectacular tomorrow. What would you do? Know what you do on
Well,
Saturday?
I'm just saying, it's I'm a win. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you.
I
So
win
you
every
win.
day. I
So
win
you
every
win.
day.
So you win on. So you
Even
win
when
to
I lose,
Thursday.
I win.
You're right. We just
Even
said
when I
that.
lose, I
so
win.
you win on Thursday. Friday, you're spectacular. What are you on Saturday?
Saturday, I'm chilling.
Saturday, you're chilling. Okay.
Chilling.
I just want to make sure you wasn't fabulous.
I don't have to. No, because I don't have to
I
interact.
just want to
with
see
the
you
world on Saturday.
winning, spectacular,
Fabulous.
fabulous. You know what I'm saying? Then the next day, you like,
Fantastical.
you were like, what the hell is going on? I just want to know why you just couldn't be good.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know that.
I like to tell my guests in the morning, go ahead out there and save the world today.
Save the
Go out there and
world.
save the world.
Shoot, this ain't
I'm
Captain.
a-
This ain't
they-
Captain
they say-
Save Me.
They say to me, I'm saving a small part of it today. I'm doing
Exactly.
my best. You
And
know
that's
what I mean?
so true, though.
And that's what
And that really happens.
And that's what I'm
Things
saying.
happen without our knowledge.
But it's so genuine
Did you
that
hear
when
that?
they say, things happen without our knowledge. What I'm saying, they say it so genuinely that I believe it because that's what they're trying to do.
I believe that.
You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do, save the world at their job.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. I really do. I thought
Totally.
about that today.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And we do that. We just don't even know it.
We don't know it.
We don't know it because a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of input, you know what I'm saying, help somebody, you know what I'm saying, to score a mile more. And if you can help somebody, you know what I'm saying, to score a mile more, then you did your part.
You did your part.
I definitely believe on that. And that's how I look at it. We're looking at how the hundreds and the thousands we could save. But how about the fives and the tens you can help as well? And that's what happens.
And that's
I
what
agree
it
with
is.
you.
Helping that person right beside you because everybody needs a little bit of help. Everybody needs to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And I
I agree
as
with
we're
that
gonna,
100%.
we're gonna go back to the coworker thing because we were talking about this earlier.
You, me and you?
Yeah, before we got on.
Okay.
About interacting with your coworkers and having
Right.
having
Talk
fun
to
at,
me about
having fun at work.
Mike, I hope you're looking, listening.
Because I think that
I think you be looking. I think you be tuning in silently.
we're missing out on the fun at work, and I think people just go to work and think they need to work 8 hours and not have a laugh in it with the coworkers and all that.
Okay.
I think it need to be a little bit of fun in there because that's what makes the job.
Well, talk to me about
That's
it.
what makes you want to work. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because I mean, when we're at work and we got a little bit of downtime, you know, we joking around, we laughing, we just picking on each other. You know what I mean? Just to make the time go by, but also
Right.
having fun. Because when guests come in and join into that, they can tell that this is a great place because they can see how we interact with each other.
Okay.
I mean, we're a unit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's more about, being a unit. Because because when the boss come in and asks a question, instead of, you know what I mean, even though you might have done something wrong, instead of them telling them that, they're gonna go around, I don't know who did it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Or we all did it. You know what I mean? Rather than blame somebody. You know what I mean? When you have a unit. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna take that back because I don't know how bad the situation is. So let's just say let me stroll that back a little bit. But you're willing to protect each other for the right things rather than being like deep shit. You know what I mean? I guess I don't know how I'm trying to word it. I don't know if the wording is
I'm
coming
listening
out
to you.
like I wanted to.
I'm
But
listening to you. One of your friends stole money at the cash register.
who
did it?
Hey, no, he did it. He did it.
Yeah.
Because
Who
he ain't
did
going
it?
to jail for nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody getting fired there. Like you said, it's no iron team. So who did it, Ty?
But the unity.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Unity.
Say unity on that
Unity.
one. Okay, unity. Get your ass out of here.
Because you got because you got, like I said, you got. In order to talk to people, you gotta know about themselves. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you gotta ask questions like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, you have any kids? Oh, you do? You have 2? Oh, no way. How old are they?
Have
Oh,
3.
no way. And where you live at? Oh my gosh, no way.
wow.
Oh no. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And that's how you establish a relationship, and that's how you establish that good morning in the morning. Because now you know a little bit about the person. You know
agree.
how they feel how they wake up. You know whatever. And then that's how you establish that. You know, because just because you're at work, you can leave it as work. You can go outside and be friends outside of work, but leave work at work. You know what I mean? Don't
agree.
go outside and then try to hang out and talk about work. You know what I mean? Because
You know
that
you're
just
right.
that just makes things worse. And you start the drinking, you start saying a little, you get that liquid courage, you start saying things about other people or whatever.
You
And
definitely
now
do.
things has gotten back to the person you were talking about, and now we have
You
a
know
problem.
what?
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
So you know you shouldn't have said nothing.
I never said nothing because sometimes those things need to be said whether you like somebody or not. Nobody really cares whether you like that person or not. This is all gossip. And if anybody want to know more about gossip, then you need to be talking to them. Because
Well,
I always
man,
say, when somebody say to me, oh, I don't like that person, I ask them why, and they'll tell me why. I say, okay, that's cool. But they ain't nothing to me. They cool with me. You know what I mean?
And that's how I be feeling
That's
too.
it. That's it. They're cool with me. I don't know. That's you and that person, but he's cool with me. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to fix your situation, you can do that. But we're not going to sit up here and talk about that person every time you
And I agree
decide
with
that
you
person comes into the
100%.
room, because that's not what I want to do here.
Yeah, I want to be
You
a
know
part
what
of
I mean?
that conversation.
Be part of it, and you don't have to be. And you know what I mean? You don't have to be. Walk away. Hey, thank you. I don't want to be part of that. I'm out of here. I mean, that's it.
Okay, that was really soft tone
It's
voice.
just the way it is.
Golly, you know what I'm saying? You get a soft tone. I'll be sure.
Because I mean, you
You got the I'll be sure going on here.
because all it is
Gotta
about
get off on your own, girl. I hear that.
interesting. You know, you gotta be interesting because there's so much stuff going on in the world. You can talk about those things rather than talk about somebody's Instagram post and Facebook post.
Right.
You know, because it ain't.
If
it's
you
not,
let the internet get you upset, then you need help.
what
You know,
I still be
Things I be posting, if that got you upset, then you need help.
Oh, so somebody.
I agree with that. You
somebody-
need help.
What did that person say that I wrote back?
Like I post something that got you offended
What the hell
and
did
got
they
you
say?
upset. What's wrong
Oh,
with you?
somebody wrote something about Dave Chappelle today.
What about him?
So somebody I knew, I don't know, friend or acquaintance,
Okay, acquaintance, go ahead.
said, "Oh, Dave Chappelle. I never watched his show when he had it on.
Okay.
What's the name?
We watch it now.
Back in the day. No, back in the day. What was the show
Okay.
before that?
I forgot. Dave Chappelle.
The Dave Chappelle show. Yeah, I never really watched it because I like Dave Chappelle stand up more than I like that show because I didn't find it that funny.
Times up, people with weak
But-
self-esteem, the internet allow them to grow and become something
but
they're
they're
not.
not.
You're 100% right,
Totally,
champ.
totally.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but then they make up that stuff on the internet and they go out to the real world and it's not who they are. That's why they go in and start shooting up people and killing people because they decide. Like, perfect example, Versace's death. That's a perfect example of people trying to be something that they're not on the internet. This kid that murdered Versace, and he was like telling all these friends about who he was to all his other people, and then one of his friends was like, I know who you are. This is not who you are. I mean, that's why he killed Versace, because he wanted to be who he was, and he couldn't be, so he said, I'm going to kill him because I can't be him. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's crazy. But that's, you know, it's people, parents, also parents. You know, you
keep
have
going back to
because they
parents,
got to
I
tell,
know.
because sometimes they need to tell their kids they are enough.
I agree.
They need to tell their kids, you know what?
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
You're
you
looking
are
at,
enough.
I agree with you 100% right. You said a mouthful and you're so right. What do we do with the children that don't have parents? What do we do to children that don't have guardians? What do we do to children, I'm saying, that's living in foster homes?
So then
what do we do to the children, I'm saying, that don't have nobody to
So
turn
then
to?
there need to be somebody, you know what I mean?
Okay, don't forget somebody.
No,
Because you said somebody, you said parents need to tell them
because
something.
they don't have those parents. They need somebody in their life, like.
Oh, this is your boy TD, yeah, baby.
But sometimes there's got to be a guidance counselor, a teacher that might have touched them. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know. But everybody don't have these type of privileges.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? There are people growing up in foster homes. There are people growing up without parents. There are people growing up that don't know who their mother
And
or
those
their
kids-
father
and
are.
I think those
and
kids-
the streets are raising them.
But I also
so
think-
so what do we say about
But
them?
I think those
the
kids
parents got
need-
them covered.
But I think those kids need extra attention.
How do we get there?
Or how, like, you know, because kids, I think a lot of teachers know, like, what their kids may or may not be going through at home, or if they do know they're in the orphanage or foster care. You know what I mean?
But you're expecting so much from the teacher, and these teachers are not even equipped to deal with children
Yeah, but-
that's coming in, you know what I'm saying, that's coming in bullying other children, you know what I'm saying, that's coming in, you know what I'm saying, doing all these other things to children. And we, you know what I'm saying, we expect the teachers, we say that, you expect the teachers to raise the children, but the children sometime at home don't even have parents. We say, where the parents at? They don't have none. You know what I'm saying? Where's the guardian at? They don't have none. So what do you want them to do?
Yeah.
Product of some teachers don't. That's right. That's what I'm trying to say.
But also-
some teachers don't care.
Right. But that's
Some
the,
teachers just there for a
But
paycheck.
that's the problem. You know what I mean? Stop letting teachers come. You know, there need to be some. Because I've seen all these great teachers on the internet, like, that would fucking, you know, come out of their pocket of their own paycheck
I agree
to
with
take
that.
care of their kids.
I agree with that.
What do you
TD,
say?
I agree with that. That's you're 100% south. That's what we talked about in the last show. We have to create these things. I'm so happy you said that.
So Thomas Green posted, like
TD.
TD Green said, He has the same name as I have.
Your
Like
name
every
is Stevie?
village, we have to take control of our own. We have to create resources and things that mature of that nature that provide those resources for kids and foster home for kids who don't have other people. That is true, and that's something I'm going to try to do.
And that's great.
But-
and that's what we need to do. Instead of looking to somebody else, look toward us.
Or even help. You know what I mean? If you can help. You know what I mean?
What are we doing to help one another?
But I also, kids. I mean,
I'm listening.
kids can either be really, really mean to each other or really nice to each other. Compassionate for each other. You know what I mean? And that's what I think parents need to start instilling in their kids compassion. You know what I mean? Because I think once they instill that in somebody, in their kids at a young age, it'll go a long way with them into adulthood, I think.
I agree.
And I think compassion and empathy goes a long way when it's taught to them early.
I agree with that.
But if you're not taught those two things,
I agree.
then I think you're missing out on how they can be better kids growing up.
You got me.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it.
No, so you don't think you know.
Yeah, I know that's the
I
way
agree.
to do it.
I agree.
Because that's the way I was taught, empathy, compassion. You know what I mean? Because, for somebody else. You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
Because you never know what you never know. But yeah, it's all about that empathy and compassion. But teach them that at 2 and 3 years
Oh,
old.
snap. Steve,
and
I never
4
knew
years
that.
old and 5 years old.
Steve, I never knew that.
Wow.
Get out of here.
That's it.
Wow. Steve, I never knew that, Steve. Wow. Steve was a good guy. I used to work with him. Steve, I never knew that. Wow. You see how you just shut it down? You shut it down with that one, Steve. We appreciate you sharing that. Also, kids need structure. Structure, discipline. Yeah, I agree.
And start with them.
Make them start cleaning their room. That's what you
Well,
need to start
facts.
doing.
Wow,
You start
Steve,
cleaning their
I
room and
never
doing
knew
their
that.
laundry.
Wow.
Teach them at 8 years old, 9 years old,
Jesus.
teens old how to do their laundry.
Wow, that's amazing,
it.
Steve.
Because that's another thing too. You gotta teach these kids how to take care of themselves. Because
You
that's
see
another
that?
thing.
Hold
'Cause
on. You see that? I've worked with this guy for years. Back in 2009, 2007, 2008. Me and Steve, we worked together, good guy as well. And when you think about it, you never know somebody. You never know what somebody's story is. And that's the thing about it. When we judge people, we get a chance
But
to...
you never knew he was adopted?
I never knew that.
You ever asked?
No. Why would I
That's-
ask?
but
No, that don't make sense. That don't even make sense. Hey, buddy, are you adopted?
Not like that. I'm saying, have you ever got to a conversation?
We
with
got
him?
into
But I'm talking about
many
but have you
conversations.
ever asked him about his family though?
About his, but how he look at his family
He look at
is
his
his
adopted
family.
right,
Exactly.
Right.
That you don't have to- nobody-
Which is true.
come
I
on now.
I got you. I didn't think about that because they think of their
Come
parents
on
that
now.
adopt them as their
We
parents, and I
work
get
with this
that.
guy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
And you look
Yeah.
at it as how people perceive you.
But also too, it probably never came up for him to present it either, because most people, those things don't. If it presents themselves, then they'll come out and say it.
Exactly.
You know, but if they're not, that's what I'm saying. If they don't need to, it's many of it is come out and say. I don't. Because probably because they don't want nobody to feel sorry for them. You know what I mean?
I don't know what he wanted.
Well, I mean, because most people think that when you say, "Oh, you're adopted," you know what I mean?
Could be.
Oh, you know what I mean? But it's
I
like,
don't know.
no, it's not like that. No, because I was a great
he-
family adopted
Exactly.
me and raised me, so
And
it's not
I'm
like,
good.
you know what I mean? But that's what
That's
I'm
what you
saying.
say, I'm good.
But that's what I'm probably saying why it never came up, because it's like I don't want you to feel like you need to feel,
Exactly.
sympathize
I go with
over
that. I
my
go
life.
with that.
Because I'm perfectly fine.
I'm
Look at me,
amazing.
you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? This is what I went through, and I was in a foster care. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's awesome.
That's
crazy.
that's awesome, right?
But as I said, we need to start instilling in our kids that you're special, you are beautiful, you are this, you are that. Because everything everybody else out in the world telling them is, that's just because the society wants them to feel bad about themselves. But you have to instill that, and then they have to believe it. And once they believe it, they can go out to the world and spread it. And no matter what nobody else tell you, it's like water off their back. You know what I mean? Because once they know who they are, they can go out there and be great, or be good. That's Calvin like to use the word good, because good is good. Good is good enough.
Good is good.
enough.
Good is good. Champion.
So, guys, we brought this show to an end. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we appreciate all your comments and interacting with us. Erica, thank you
I
Again,
agree,
for
Steve-O.
yours, you left us and you have nothing else to say to us. No, I'm just kidding.
We appreciate
But,
you,
we
Erica.
appreciate you guys coming
Steve.
in.
I appreciate you sharing
And,
that intimate moment with us, Steve. I appreciate that. TD, we appreciate you, your comments as well as that's
Take your
amazing.
messages to the street, reach out to. So I think you need, gentlemen, you should take your message to the streets, reach out to these grassroots organizations that primarily deal with these resources. Information is power.
I agree with you.
Chris Cogan, Chris, you just checked in. We're about to go, man. But I want to say thank you guys for tuning in again. As always, I think it's episode 23.
I don't know.
Or maybe 22.
It could be 24
I think
for
it's
me.
23. But yeah, we appreciate it. We'll be back again next Thursday, 7:30. Everybody have a good week and be good to yourself so you can be good to
So
each
much.
other out into the world. All right? We're all about that change. All right?
All right.
Have
Y'all
a
have
good
an amazing
weekend.
week.
And love each other. Peace out.